If you're tired of feeling stuck in your credit repair business, watch the entire video. You're probably making anywhere from 5 to 20K a month and you're feeling stuck. Maybe you're making less. I'm going to show you how to actually scale your credit repair business. So watch the entire video. You're going to get a surprise at the end. All that. So how to actually scale your credit repair business. You might be watching this. You've been doing your credit repair business for a while. Maybe you just started. Maybe you're just starting out. You're just interested in actually getting in the game. If you're just starting out, you're in a good position because you're going to get the resources needed to be able to understand how to actually scale a credit repair business. I've been in the industry since 2021. I have a mentorship program teaching credit repair business owners how to start, grow, and scale their businesses as well. So just to give y'all a little bit of credentials there. But let's get straight into it. So, in terms of what your main problem is right now, you might be doing 5 to 20K a month or even less. Your main problem is you're only offering credit repair. You are only offering credit repair. You might be like, what do you mean? Like, that's my main problem. Some of you may know, but the biggest bag you need to offer is funding. You need to leverage funding. If you don't know what I mean by funding, it's basically you going to get your client funded, getting a 10% kickback, right? Some people do different styles, but the way that I teach my students is to get a 10% kickback. So if you offer business funding to your credit repair clients, you get 10% success fee, you will scale easily. Because let's think about it. Let's say you're doing anywhere from 5 to 20K a month right now, right? Let's say you do, let's just say 10K a month on average, and you charge like $1,000, right? So that's 10 clients on average that you're getting per month. What if you just get 1 to 2 of those clients 100K in funding each month, right? That you just added an additional 10 to 20K of revenue. So now you're doing anywhere from 20 to 30K. You feel me? So by any means, I need y'all to understand, like, figure out how to do funding, right? Figure out a way to do the funding. Figure out a way to do the funding. Figure out a way to do the funding. So I have a full mentorship program. If you want more information on that, go to my main video on my channel. You can watch it. It'll break it down for you. Just be transparent. My students and I make a lot of money. The program is not cheap. It's 10K at the moment I'm recording this. It could be higher later on, but that's just full transparency. So one unique thing about our full mentorship program is I give my students the opportunity to go 50-50 with me with their clients to get funding if they don't have those relationships already built up. I teach my students in the mentorship how I personally built up multiple relationships to be able to go get, my clients funding here and there. And when you have stuff like this high income skill, these relationships, no one can take that away from you. This is why I encourage you to figure out a way how to do personal funding, business funding, all of that, right? Don't just focus on the credit repair. A lot of credit repair business owners, they just focus on just doing the credit repair. Maybe they have a digital product, most likely they don't, but they just focus on just like the lower income activities. Not to say that credit repair is a low income activity. You can leverage a low ticket credit repair and then get them into the funding, right? What we do is we prioritize the fact that, we are the Gucci of the credit repair industry. So we do charge high ticket as well for the credit repair, but we've been in the industry, shown so many results. That's just how we position ourselves. So just keep that in mind. If you're feeling stuck right now, this is what you need to do. So I just wanted to attach this image right here. So I posted this story on my IG. Go follow my IG at Mike O. Benjamin, by the way, if you haven't. So I teach my 10K students how to primarily do a business funding through the bank relationship managers. I know one of the things that comes with funding is people will be like, oh, I don't know what to put on the application. And obviously you don't want to lie, right? You don't want to commit any bank fraud. So that's why I teach my students primarily to do through bank relationship managers. So establishing relationships with these bank relationship managers that have direct relationships with their underwriter. What that does is that allows you an insight into, what's going on. So what'll happen, I'll have a client, they're ready to go, or maybe they just graduated our credit repair service. We leverage them into the business funding. 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, the clients I'm working with, they don't have the relationships I have, right? So connect them with my bank relationship managers. We go get $50,000, like in this example. So He said, "Hi, Michael. This is one of my BRMs." He said, "Hi, Michael. The credit card was approved. I left my client's name, a message. We only went for one for 50K. So I said 50K approval. Nice, right? So obviously, 10% kickback on that is $5,000. So $5,000 was just made just through that, right? Think about it. If you charge $1,000 for credit repair, you need 5 different clients just to do that. This is just one client that I had, and we got this client basically 100,000 by this point, right? So this 50,000 was just half of what we had gotten her at that point, right? So this client got 50K on one card. They were at 100K at that point. We're not done yet. Right now, we're working on getting her like 200,000 more. So you see that that's 20K more in the pipeline. So we made $10,000 just on one client because we're leveraging funding, right? And I say that to say with my mentorship program, it's not only me that's doing stuff like this, right? We're gonna go into it, but just some more information. Getting your client funded without a relationship, you might get maybe 5 to 10K limit. Versus when you work with the BRM, you establish that relationship, you can get anywhere from 30 to 50K plus in the same scenario. Like you saw the 50K card that my client got for just one bank, right? And we're not even talking about, business line of credit as well that you can get as well. So the name of the game now, as banks are getting stingier, is relationships. You got to know people on the inside. There's no way around it. You have to know people on the inside, or you have to get around people that know people on the inside, right? So me, I've been in the game since 2021. I invested in multiple different mentorships, learning things here and there. Now we're in 2024, going into the future. I built up and will continue to build more relationships. My BRMs, some of these people are watching my YouTube channel, right? So you got to understand that there's certain eyes on me that allows me to continue to get to the next level. So this is why it's important. If you don't have those relationships, get with someone that has those relationships like myself. It doesn't have to be me, but obviously you're watching my channel, so it could potentially be me. All right, so like I said, it's not just me that's doing funding. One thing about me, I like flexing through my students, right? So I like flexing through my student wins because they come from my program. So obviously, you know, they're doing what they're learning in the program. So you see Gary right here, he got a couple clients funded, one for 70K, one for 50K. And he's not done with those clients yet, right? So 50K plus 70K, that's 120K. His commission, $12,000. He's not just focused on the credit repair, although he's doing credit repair as well. One of the things with him, we talked about it. We probably talked about it in the past video that I released. But basically, his thing was he was doing a lot and he needed to hire, the right people to get in position. So he invested in the 10K mentorship, made $12,000 in just one move, right? So that lets you know, like, you need to find a way to get access to doing funding as soon as possible, right? So my student Ali, someone as well. He said, just finished a hectic day, back-to-back wins, funded my client 100K on 2 business cards. So you see, 50K high limits. These are all people that are leveraging business bank relationship managers, right? So you have to establish these relationships. If you don't have these relationships, you need to get around someone like me and get those relationships, right? Take advantage of the relationships that I have. So he got 10,600 in that situation. So $10,000, 100K, 10%. So as you see, my client was funded 100K at this point. We're going for 200 more. 100K. Gary's client, 120K. Ali's client, 100K. We're making $10,000 to $12,000 just based off of funding. Imagine if we're doing, not to say you shouldn't be doing credit repair, obviously, because that's good. That's our bread and butter. We still do credit repair, obviously. So credit repair is good, but you should use it as leveraging towards business funding, personal funding, etc. One dope thing about my mentorship, like I told you, I allow my students to go 50-50 with me, right? So keep that in mind. So yeah, usually we do like a $1,000 referral fee. So like you watching the video right now, if you're not one of my students, if you had a client or you had a referral you sent over to me, we would pay you out $1,000 once we get them the funding that they need. That's why it's important to have relationships and get around mentors because, like I said, my students, they can go 50-50 with me. But you watching this, we would give you, we'd send you $1,000. But I wanted to do something special today or for the first 3 people. I don't know who's going to be a quick action taker. I want to allow 3 people max that are not my students the opportunity to go 50-50 with me with their client. So let's say you got a client that's ready. You don't know how to go about the funding. They have that 700 plus credit score. They have at least 2 credit cards with at least $2,500 limit. That's 6 months of history at least. And they have a debt utilization rate that's less than 30%. New LLC or no new LLC, either one can work. It's just I'll have to talk with my BRMs as far as how we would go about it. Let's say we go get that client 100K. You just made $5,000, right? So keep that in mind. We split it 50-50. So that's the opportunity I'm allowing y'all to do. One thing I'll say, go peep my IG highlights with my students winning for more inspiration. Like if you're just watching me on YouTube and you don't really know my track record as far as, all my students winning, you see client win 36 right here. I believe it's more than that right now. But each highlight has at least four highlights on it. So 4 times 30, that's already over 120, so we have a lot of wins, is my point. So with that being said, you have multiple options that you can do. So number one, you can join our 10K mentorship program and get all the sauce. You can go 50-50 with me, get access to the sequence that I tend to use. I think I put like 20 banks on there. You don't have to hit 20 banks, You can go to like 3 banks and get 150 to 200K, to be honest. So you can get all the sauce in there. You can also join the waitlist for our $200 a month community that's going to be launching on June 19th. I'm going to be transparent. Is it going to be like the 10K mentorship over there? Not necessarily. It may be, a little bit here and there in terms of the funding, but if you want to go to the actual direct source, that's going to be the 10K mentorship program, right? So if you want to join the $200 a month waiting list, we'll have a link in the description for that as well. And then you can just book a call to get you or your client funded. But with that being said, man, just understand your current situation isn't your final destination as long as you take action. Just kind of look at your situation right now. If you understand, like, dang, I'm making anywhere from 5 to 20K a month and I'm in the credit repair space, you're not doing well. We just got to be transparent with it. You got to start implementing funding because you should be doing more than that, especially if you follow me here on YouTube, right? I'm literally giving you an opportunity for the first 3 people that's not my students to go 50-50 with me with their clients. So if you got a client that's ready, we go get them 100K. You made 5K just like that. You added an additional 5K. Now imagine you get an additional client. We go get them 200K. Now you got 10K. I got 10K for that, right? So just keep that in mind. If you want to get to the next level, like this video is here. I like recording these YouTube videos because I know like over time, some of y'all that's watching it, when you watch it initially and you don't take action, a year goes by, 2 years go by, you're going to be like, damn, I should have been took action, So just keep that in mind. Those of y'all that's going to be action takers, I will see you on the call. I will see you in the mentorship. I will see you somewhere. But with that being said, y'all have a blessed one.